scholars, welcome back to another video on Teacher XJ's Map of English. So today we are actually going to be looking at the SPM speaking test sample on how you can talk and elaborate your points during your speaking test. Okay, so if you have not subscribed to me yet, please subscribe. Okay, I need the motivation. And currently I have about 234 subscribers. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. And if you are a new subscriber or just a new viewer, hi, welcome. Okay, so in this community we are just like very chill, and I upload videos. I try to upload like videos at least 3 weeks for 3 weeks every month, so that should be about 6 videos including the Chinese version, because not everyone is proficient in English, right? And I just want to like explain in another language how y'all can like ace your English test. So yeah, and also to those who have shared like my videos and all those things to your friends or your family members, thank you very much as well. I appreciate it, and please continue to do so and support me, because I think you all should know by now that my goal for the end of this year is to reach at least 500 subscribers. Now I'm almost halfway there, and now we are like almost halfway through the year. So hopefully I will see like more subscribers joining our community, and then we all can just chill and have fun together. Okay, without further ado, let us just dive into the topic. Okay, now we are gonna move on to the SPM speaking test part 1. Okay, so just basic questions, don't need to worry about it. And I'm just gonna read out loud what each of the candidates and the interlocutor is talking about, so you can just listen to my pronunciation and like study the answers first, and I will give you like the explanation later. Morning, I'm Miss Yong, and this is my colleague Miss Zulaika. She'll just listen to us. First of all, we would like to get to know you. What is your name? My name is Bernard Leong Jun Yang. May I address you as Bernard? Yes, you may. And what is your name? My name is Chan Sin. You may call me Sin. Alright, thank you, Sin. Tell me, Bernard, where do you live? I live just a stone's throw away from school, miss, at Taman Merdeka. What about you, Sin? I grew up in Merah Hills and moved to Lakeviews just last month because my parents bought a brand new apartment there. Now, I'm going to ask you about your daily routine. Bernard, what is your morning routine? My morning starts off when my alarm rings at 5 a.m. sharp. I will switch on some music first before going to the bathroom for a quick shower and brush up. After putting on my school uniform, I will go downstairs for breakfast. I usually have breakfast for about 10 minutes. I will then lock up my house and wait for the school bus to come fetch me for school. On to you, Zin. What do you do after coming back from school? I will hop into the showers to cool off from the hot weather first. My mom usually cooks lunch at home, so lunch will be ready by the time I'm done drying my hair. On certain days of the week, I have tuition classes in the afternoons. I will either do my homework after the classes or relax for a while by watching TV. Okay, so that is the end of the part 1 of your speaking test. So now I'm going to do like a short explanation about it. Okay, so when the interlocutor asks you like questions like about your name and all those things, always answer in full sentences. Don't be like interlocutor ask you for your name and you be like, my name is Bernard. There's so many Bernards in this world. How would we know like which Bernard are you, right? And answer in full sentences. And also don't give random names. Okay, give the names following your IC. Okay, your identification card. Okay, if you do not have an English name, don't suddenly add an English name when you're doing your speaking test. Okay, candidate B said that I grew up in Merah Hills and moved to Lakeviews just last month because my parents bought a brand new apartment here. So she gave like a little bit of elaboration. Okay, she said she started off by telling us where did she grew up in, and later she moved to another place, and she told us why. Okay, she gave us a little bit of elaboration of why she moved there. Okay, it's because her parents bought a new apartment there. And another point by candidate A, when he was describing his morning routine. Oh, I just realized there's a typo here. Wait for the school to come fetch me for school. Okay, it's wait for the school bus, yeah, by the way. Okay, so he gave us like as much elaboration as he could regarding his morning routine. You can give as much details as possible, but don't be too naggy. Okay, make sure it's not too long. Okay, don't be like repeating like similar points or same points over and over again. Okay. Alright, moving on to our part 2 of our SPM speaking test. So the interlocutor will start by saying, in this part of the test, I'm going to give each of you a topic and I would like for you to talk about it on your own for about a minute. You also need to answer a question briefly about your partner's topic. Candidate A, it's your turn first. Here's your task. I would like for you to talk about a colorful event you joined recently. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. Okay, here the interlocutor will give you 20 seconds to prepare and to think about what you're going to say, okay? And then you may begin. Alright, so before we move on, I would just like to briefly explain. Candidate A, okay, gets the title, the topic first. But candidate B, don't be happy, okay, because you are not going to get the topic the same time as candidate A. After candidate A is done, only then you will get your topic. Okay, so please during that time pay attention to what candidate A has said, because the interlocutor is likely going to ask you a question that is related to what candidate A's to candidate A's topic. Okay, so be careful, be aware, be awake. Alright, moving on. So this is candidate's answer. A colorful event I have participated in recently is the Colour Run Festival that was organized by my school. It was a 5 kilometers marathon, but colorful powders were thrown at the participants as they ran. We were all required to wear a white shirt that day and were doused with different colors after each checkpoint. Since the marathon is 5 kilometers, we have 5 checkpoints in total, 1 at each kilometer. By the end of the marathon, everyone was plastered with colorful colors and our shirts had a mixture of blue, yellow, red, green and pink on them. After the run, all participants attended the music festival that was held and we danced and sang to the music as we enjoyed the free breakfast that was provided to us. I thoroughly enjoyed myself there along with my friends. All of us felt healthy and accomplished after finishing the run, and it was indeed an unforgettable experience with all the fun we had. In order to plan a successful event, we must first of all have enough funds to carry out the event. Of course, proper planning and collaborative teammates are equally as important as well. Everyone needs to work hand in hand to put out advertisements to attract people to the event and plan and organize activities or performances at an event so that all the attendees will enjoy themselves at the events, or so that all the attendees will not regret spending their time at the event. Thank you, Candidate A. Candidate B, what was the recent event you joined? Did you have a good time? Why? The latest event I joined was a sports day event held by my school. I had tremendous fun with my friends as we were allowed to dress in our sport house colours to show off our school spirit. I was on the cheerleading squad and we performed our routines to cheer for our athletes as they raced each other for first place. The part that I enjoy the most is in the middle of our cheerleading routine. We had to throw our pom-poms in the air and catch them before they land on the ground as we did a costume change in between. Thank you, Candidate A. May I have the booklet, please? Now, Candidate B, here's your task. I would like for you to talk about a place you can go to learn. First, you have some time to think about what you're going to say. You may start now. A place where I can go to learn is the National Library. Going to the National Library to study has never crossed my mind until one of my teachers at school mentioned that it is a fantastic place to study and focus. After asking around, I found out that I can take a train to get there. Or, I found out that I have to take a train to get there, which is great as I do not have a private car to drive me around whenever I wish. Plenty of people visit the National Library. Students of all ages will do their revision and assignments there. Parents who brought their young children to read and borrow books from the library, authors who need a quiet space to work in, even working adults, teachers, and lecturers visit the library to do their work quietly as well. There is plenty of reasons why people like going to the library. Not only do they get to enjoy a quiet and concentrated environment that will assist them to complete their work as soon as possible, they will also have access to the library's vast collection of books and computer stations, free air conditioning, and free Wi-Fi. Not to forget, they will also get to read and borrow books without charge. Thank you. Candidate A, do you like learning new things? Why? Of course I do. Whenever I get the opportunity to learn something new, I'm always astonished about it and would be motivated to learn more. For instance, recently I taken an interest in learning about the Northern Lights. I was intrigued by the topic after seeing a video of the Northern Lights exploding on social media. I believe that learning new things fascinates me because I get to broaden my pool of knowledge and become a more knowledgeable person. Thank you, Candidate B. May I have the booklet back, please? Okay, so that's the end of part 2. So now I will do my explanation. I actually did not show the title of the topic. Okay, but in this explanation, I will tell you what the students, both candidate A and B, are talking about actually. Okay, so here, this is something that I talked about earlier. Okay, candidate B, even if you start later than candidate A, does not mean you have more time to think about your topic. Okay, everyone is fair, everyone is equal. Alright, colorful event, it can be anything that involves colors, okay, like a color run or a mural painting, okay, depending on your creativity. Okay, so I hope y'all can see the colors, okay. So the first part, the parts that are highlighted in purple, okay, so candidate A, he has to describe what type of event it was and with as much detail as possible, because the topic was what type of event it was and what did the person do there. Okay, and another thing that the topic required candidate A to talk about is actually about how he or she felt after attending the event. Okay, so here he mentioned that, I thoroughly enjoyed myself, blah, blah, blah. Okay, the things that are highlighted in blue. And last one, another thing that the topic wanted candidate A to elaborate on was how to organize an event, and that is highlighted in green. Can y'all see? You have to cover every single thing that is being mentioned. Do not skip out on any points. If they ask you to elaborate on 4 things, elaborate on all 4 things. It's not for you to choose. Okay? So later, if you feel like, you need to pause this part of the video to read through and to look at the colors, please, by all means, go ahead. Right now, I'm going to move on to the next slide. Okay? Candidate B's answers. So candidate B is very obvious. Her topic is a place where we can go to learn. Obviously, not only just the National Library, you can also talk about museums, schools, okay, anywhere that, as long as it's a place where you can go and learn new things. Okay, so she has to start off by talking about what kind of place it was and describing what it is. And in the topic that she's supposed to elaborate, one of the points is that how did she find out about this place? Like, who told her about this place? Okay, and another topic is how to get there. Okay, and she further elaborated by, it's very convenient to go there by train because she does not have a private vehicle to take her around whenever she wants to. Okay, and then another topic that another point that she has to elaborate based on the topic is actually what kind of people go to this place where people can go and learn. So here, I wrote about, students will go there to do their assignments. Assignment has S, yeah. I just realized there's a typo here. And, adults will also go there. What kind of adults? Okay, all these things. And the last point that she actually had to elaborate on is why do people like going there? So here we need to give reasons. If we talk about libraries, there's so many free facilities in libraries. So so many free facilities in a library. So here we can elaborate in detail what kind of facilities are in the library. If let's say you write about school, why do people like going there? I think it's very difficult for you to come up with this point because it's compulsory for you to go to school. You don't go there on your own free will, right? It's like, it's part of the law. And then I find that a bit difficult to elaborate though. Because and you guys are students, right? If I ask you, do you like going to school? I think about at least 90% of you will tell me no. So yeah, try to avoid these kind of things where you don't know how to elaborate on the answers. Okay, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Okay, now let us move on to part 3 of the speaking test. Okay. Now, I'd like you to talk about something together for 3 minutes. The task will have 2 parts. In the first part, you will discuss something with each other for about 2 minutes. Then, in the second part, you will have another minute to make a decision together. Alright? Let's begin with the discussion task. Your English teacher is going to retire. The class would like to get her a gift. Here are some gifts to choose from and a question for you to discuss. First, you have some time to look at the task. Now, talk to each other about the gifts to get for your teacher. I'll begin the discussion. I say we should give her a handbag as her current one is worn out. I believe I heard her mention that it was the first present she received from her students and she couldn't bear to change it for a new one. The bag is too small for her now and we should get her a bigger one for her to put her things in. I think I have a better suggestion. Why not get her some musical tickets? She has always been a big fan of live performances and theatres. Her eyes always sparkle when she talks about musicals. If we are buying her musical tickets, we must make sure to buy the tickets on her day off. What about a fountain pen then? We can get a fancy one for her at the local bookstore with her name engraved on it. That way, the gift will be more personalized and meaningful. She can use it to sign her documents too and can replace the ink if it runs out. It is a good idea, but I do not think she'll be using a pen much after her retirement. We could choose a pretty necklace for her. I'm certain she will love it as she is our school's fashionista and loves to dress up. We will have to get a necklace that could go with anything. I have another idea that just popped into my head. What about a watch? Our teacher is always asking the students for the time and somehow was never interested in buying a watch for herself. If we get her one, she will remember us fondly whenever she wears it. Not to mention, she'll have an easier time keeping track of the time. If we have enough money, we can get her a tablet. A tablet has as many functions as a laptop and a computer, and she will be able to carry it around easily and do her work on it. She was always saying that she wants to learn more about technology. If we get her a tablet, she'll be able to spend some time off her retirement learning how to use technology. Thank you. Now you have about a minute to decide together which is the most suitable gift to get for your teacher. I think we should get our teacher a handbag since her old one is falling apart. Although a tablet is a tempting gift to get for her, it's well out of our budget. You're right. We have decided to give our teacher a handbag as a retirement gift. That way, she'll be able to keep her things away properly. Thank you. Can I have the booklet, please? You have been talking about the gifts to get for your teacher. Now, let's hear your opinion on this. In what ways does advertisement influence people's buying behavior? One of the main influences advertisements have on people is the celebrities they hire to promote the item or product they are selling. When people, especially youngsters, see their favorite celebrities selling something, there's a high chance for them to purchase the said product as they want to support their favorite celebrities or be like them. How about you, candidate A? My opinion is that most of the time the advertisements will have a catchy tune and is played repeatedly on the television, radio stations and social media. When that is being done, not many people realize they are brainwashed into buying the product or service as they have been listening to the same commercial for a long period of time. It may be hard for some people to believe, but if they heard the same words too many times, they will easily be swayed to buy the products as they will grow to believe the feedback. That's the end of the speaking test. Thank you. Okay, moving on to part 3, explanation, the last part. Okay, so for discussion, okay, when the interlocutor tells you to start, either candidate A or candidate B can start first, okay? And you have to speak using the 6 points that's given to you on the mind map. Okay, and as usual, you only have 20 seconds to think about what you're going to say, so think fast. That's why I say you need to practice a lot before going for your actual speaking test. Okay, now I want us to take a look at what each candidate has said about the point, and you will know that candidate B is the one who actually started the discussion, and when she said that they should get their teacher a handbag, she actually gave us a little bit of background story of what is going on, like why did the teacher have an old handbag, because it was one of the batches of students that she taught gifted her that. Okay, so after she talked about her point, okay, which is give her a handbag, she gave us her elaboration / reasoning, okay, and by saying that we should get her a bigger bag for her to put her items in. Candidate A, okay, because this is a suggestion, so you can say whether you agree or disagree with an item or with a suggestion, or say that you have a better suggestion, but you cannot be like very proud and be like, I have a better suggestion. You just say, in my opinion, I think I have a better suggestion. Okay, so our suggestion here is to get our teacher musical tickets, and here candidate A thought of the teacher's interests. Okay, the teacher is always interested in live performances, theaters, and musical. Okay, so his point here is musical tickets. His elaboration is also about the person's interest. Okay, and you can tell he's also quite a considerable person, because he said that if we want to buy her tickets, we must make sure to buy the tickets when the teacher is not going to work. Okay, otherwise, if you buy on a weekday or during the working hours, how is the teacher going to go and watch the show, right? Okay, candidate B asked if another suggestion is better, like what about a fountain pen? Okay, and then she gave like her elaboration, the elaboration on where to get this pen and how to make it more personalized, like how is it like more special and all those things, and what the teacher can use this pen for. However, candidate A kind of disagreed with candidate B's idea, but he did not say it out loud. He gently said it. He started off by complimenting that it is a good idea, but logic tells him that the teacher may not be using the pen much after her retirement. And again, he thought about the person's interest by saying that, we can choose a pretty necklace for our teacher because our teacher loves to dress up. Okay, that is also his reasoning at the same time. So candidate B, mentioned that she has a new idea. Okay, I have another idea that just popped into my head. And then she talked about the idea, the suggestion, which is a watch. Okay, in this case, she is considerate because she, not to say considerate, she remembers her teacher's like habits. Like the teacher doesn't wear a watch, but she is always asking the students about the time. So that's why she thought it was a good idea to buy the teacher a watch. Okay. And then candidate A also talked about the possibility of getting something else. And he started off by saying that if we have enough money, this kind of shows that he himself he's not certain that they can get her a tablet, but he is suggesting it anyways because this is a discussion, right? Anything is possible. So he thought about the item's benefits, the benefits of using a tablet. And he also being considerate again by saying that how the teacher can make use of this technology after her retirement. Okay, this is his elaboration / reasoning. So the interlocutors, sometimes they'll remind you that it's time to make a final decision. Sometimes they won't. Honestly, it depends on the interlocutor. Okay, so that's why I say that you must be very, very aware of your time. Okay, and then one of the candidates here, candidate B, said that suggested a gift handbag. Okay, and she at the same time gave reasons why they shouldn't get a tablet for the teacher. Okay, and then candidate A just agreed with the decision and also gave like a little bit more reasoning why they should give the teacher a handbag. Okay, so you can just elaborate based on that. Okay, but one of my students, they didn't ask me, but just pretend they asked me. But teacher, what if the other candidate disagrees with the final decision? What happens then? Okay, example, right? Let's say this scenario happens. Candidate B says that, I think we should get our teacher a handbag since her old one is falling apart. Although a tablet is a tempting gift to get for her, it is well out of our budget. And candidate A just say, I disagree. So obviously at this time, you're gonna panic because you don't know like what you can say and all those things, and time is running out, right? Don't panic, stay calm. Okay, I'll teach you a method here. Okay, you prompt the candidate, to tell his or her answer by saying things like, which item do you think we should buy as a farewell gift then? Okay, but don't be sarcastic lah. Okay, you just say, since you disagreed, which of these ideas you think is the best idea? Okay, and then whatever the person say, you add a little bit of elaboration and then you just agree. Okay, there's no win or lose. You don't be thinking, your candidate B say this, and if I agree means he will get more marks than me. No such thing. Okay, we are just here to test your speaking skills. Okay, we want to see how well you can elaborate on your answers, not to listen whose answer that you choose would be the final answer that gets you more points. It's not that, yeah? Okay, so no worries. Okay, so we have come to the end of today's video. All the best in your speaking test. Okay, remember my tips, and practice a lot. Be aware of your time, and all the best in your speaking test. And for the ones who are interested in looking for a SPM teacher to teach you your, English, to take your SPM examinations, you can look for me, obviously, duh. Okay, so yeah, I do teach SPM classes, okay, 4 times a month, not 4 times a week. I almost said that, oh my god. And yeah, anything, y'all can just, ring me and ask me about my SPM class through Telegram, which is in the description below. Okay, so anything, so just let me know and I'll help you, okay, to score A in your SPM test. Okay, and I cover all 4 skills, by the way: speaking, listening, reading and writing, as well as grammar. And sometimes I also give y'all like idioms and all those things in our classes, and it's just like a fun time and all those things. Okay, and I think y'all would know by now I elaborate things in a very, very detailed manner. So yeah, you should come for me for classes, and it's online and it's recorded. Even if you miss class, you can still catch up and you won't miss anything that I said during class. No worries. Okay, so if you still stayed here until the end of the video, thank you so very much. And if my video explanation has helped you in any way, like, in terms of the tips, in terms of the elaboration and the format and all those things, remember to leave a like behind, share this video on your social media accounts, like your stories and all those things, because I want the exposure. So help me in that, because I taught you something for free. So help me to promote and advertise my videos a little bit. Okay, and you can also leave like a comment or 2 behind on what you have learned from this video, or even video suggestions on what you want me to teach you in my upcoming videos. Okay, that's all for today's video, and I'll see you next time. Bye, scholars. Have a great day.